Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this educative and researched live show. Please, if you have not joined any of our handle, please follow us on Facebook group and page, Instagram. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, on our channel, we look at trending news and event for our live show. I'm kind of like try to discuss it and talk about what people are talking or discussing about any trending issue that relates to family, marriages, parenthood, children education, religion, and people's well-being. This is the focus of this our channel on all of our platform. All right, on today's program, we're going to be looking at a viral news that went viral, I think yesterday in Nigeria, of I think she should be a Ugandan woman that was talking about being a feminist. Okay, now many people have been talking about this and it's gone viral. So what I want us to do is to look at this particular video first before we start discussing what is feminism, because I've had a lot of people that's actually seen the video talk about it. All right, so I'm going to first of all share my link to all my Facebook handle, to all of my handle. If you're on Facebook, I'm going to share my link in case you want to join us. So this is the link. I'm going to share it now. Join us. So if you're on my Facebook, the link is there for you to join us. And if you are on YouTube, I'm also going to be sending the link for you to join us, because we really want to talk about this issue, because it's got a lot of people talking, and I have people having this misunderstanding or misinformation about what feminism is all about. And I just feel like if we don't address it, people will actually believe that what the woman was saying in her video was the truth. All right, so let's watch her video while I'm sending the link out to everybody, so you can actually have an informed opinion and actually come to your own conclusion if what she's saying is true and if it makes sense. All right, so watch her.
Is right now because I just came to like a realization. These past few days have been so hard for me, because like, you know how men say that women have toxic feminism, and like you'll get to a certain age and like no one will want to marry you and no one will love you. Like I feel like I've gotten to that point, guys. Like I was so hung on to this feminism thing, and I missed out on marriage and on children. And now like I'm at a point in my life where like I'm so bitter. I'm so jealous of people who have marriages because they are so happy and their husbands don't even cheat on them. And like men are just the best, like right now is when I'm realizing like I can't do without them. And right now I'm like, I don't care like if you are rich or poor, tall, dark, handsome, ugly, me, I don't care, by the way. As long as you're a man and you're breathing, like that's the only qualification I need, because I'm just so desperate for a husband. Like there's a lot of pressure around me, so if you can DM me and propose, I swear I'll behave and I'll marry you immediately. I'll wash your clothes, I'll cook for you, I'll have your children, and I'll be obedient and a submissive wife, because that is what you guys want. I'm no longer a feminist, guys. I'm sorry.
All right, so oh, somebody just joined us. Who is this? Let me see. Yeah, it's like she's from, I think she's from Uganda from the way she's sounding. Okay, so I saw this video, and you know me, I just have to talk about this video. I'm going to play this video later after I've finished this my intro and after I've gone through what is feminism, and for us to actually have an educative discussion about this video before I now go to address what she had to say. So what I'm going to do first of all is to kind of like give you a background or a definition of what feminism is all about, because I've had people talk about feminism, and like they don't even know what the definition is. So what I've done is I've tried to get a dictionary definition of feminism, and I've also tried to, let me see if I can get my definition of feminism up. So I've tried to get a dictionary definition, and also I've also tried to kind of like um, go through some research about what feminism is all about. Because if we don't know what it is and we're talking about it, then we don't have that informed information about what feminism is. Okay, so let's look at additional definition of feminism. So it's easier, the audacity, or advocacy of women's rights on the ground of the equality of the sexes. So basically, feminism is about women advocating for them to have the same rights as the men. So really, when it started, it wasn't about marriage. It wasn't about, having a child, or because I was listening to her, and I'm going to address her later. But she was talking about her being a feminist, and that's why she's not married. And I'm like, the first thing that came to mind, do you actually understand what feminist is all about? Because we have this belief that feminists don't want to marry, they don't want to have a child, they don't want to be engaged, or they don't want to submit to a man. Well, from that definition, what we can understand is that it's about equality. It's about having the same right as a man. That's what feminist is all about. The fact that I'm a woman doesn't mean that I am of a lesser being, of a lesser quality, of a lesser human being as a man. What women are saying, or how it started, let's talk about the suffragettes, yeah? These were women who wanted to have the right to vote like the men had. They wanted to have the right to go to work. They wanted to have the right to be able to walk on the streets and not be, cajoled or be abused or be insulted. They wanted to have the the essence of living. So let's look at another definition of feminism, because when I was looking at this, I was like, when you talk about feminists, who are they? And until we understand what we are talking about, people will give us their own personal definition of feminist. When you abuse a man, or when you are insultive, or when you are rude, or when you are arrogant, that means you're a feminist. But is that really what feminist is all about? All right, so let's look at this definition. Now, first of all, the same thing. This is from Forbes. I got it from Forbes, and it's like the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of the equality of the sexes. So the same thing. The theory of political and economic and social equality of the sexes. So what they're saying is that women want to be in the platform of politics, to make decisions, to be able to rule a country, to be able to be CEOs of companies, to be able to be on the board of directors of companies. They want to have the right to work any profession. There were some professions before, like doctors, they were not allowed to do. They were allowed to be nurses, but not to be a doctor or engineer. They were not allowed to do certain things because they were said, oh, you guys are women, you guys are weak sex. But the point is that women can do what a man can do, really. To be frank with you, it's been proven in the job and in the society that women can be construction workers, women can be engineers, women can be scientists, women can be aero contract. They can actually do the professions that men can do. So when all these things started, it was about women wanting to be treated equally as men. Now, another thing, believe that men and women should have equal rights and opportunity. My question is, why would a man be promoted in an office and a woman who is doing the same kind of work is not promoted, or they have different rates or different hours of work or different wages? Why will a man that I'm much better at be made a CEO of a company, and because I'm a woman, I'm told I can't make decision, or I don't have the right or the IQ or the strength to make such decision? This was what brought about feminism, the fact that women were advocating for equal rights for everybody. That's what people were saying. This is what feminism is all about. All right, the last one that it was defined here is that the doctrine advocating social, political, and all rights of women equal to those of men. Women wanted to be able to be allowed to be women. I want to choose what I want to wear. I want to choose if I want to have a baby or not. I don't want a man making that decision for me. I want to choose if I want to be single or not. I want to choose if I want to marry or not. I don't want families telling me because I'm a woman I have to marry. This was all the things that women were being, racial profile. Even till today, we still have this honor killing in some parts of the world, where if at a particular age, if you don't want to marry, they'll kill you off, or if they ask you to marry a particular person or particular set of people or particular color, if you don't do it, they'll kill you off. And this most times happens to women. So it was about us having the right, our voice being heard. That is just what feminism was all about. I know people talk about they want the guys to go to the kitchen, but the question is, why will a man not cook? What is wrong with cooking? Why will a man not take care of a child? What is wrong with taking care of a child? You brought them to the world. Why is it a woman's duty to do that? I'm still trying to understand people that don't like the word feminism, what they were talking, why they are actually against it. I get the fact that some women have taken that feminism to be something else. When I was reading this particular, what will I say now? When I was reading this particular, I'm going to, stop sharing. I hope I'm not sharing anymore.
Hi guys.
I'm going to
Like
stop
I'm so
remove this video. So when I was looking at this definition of feminism and trying to understand what feminism is all about, I keep asking my question. The whole question I ask myself is, why are people afraid of the word feminist? I mean, once I hear that word, oh, feminist, then I see, oh, women want to do something bad, or women are actually about to do something bad. So I had to ask me just get where I had to. The question that came into my mind is, why do men or people oppose feminists? I mean, the word feminism. Why is it that it's opposed? Why is that people don't want to hear about it? Or I get the fact that maybe it's because of the fact that it has been um, misunderstood, or the meaning has been taken out of context to mean something else. But my explanation to anyone who is watching this video is that what it means is the same: equal right for men and women to be treated the same. That's just what it means, nothing else. But the question I need to ask is, why is it that people believe that men and women don't deserve to have the same rights? They shouldn't have the same opportunity in education. They shouldn't have the same opportunity, yeah, in the way they live their life. They shouldn't have the same opportunity in who they want to marry. Why is it that people think it's okay that women and women shouldn't have the same opportunity? Why do you think it's okay that, do you understand, some people, a human being, should be made to feel as if they are not equal with another person just because they are women? Why do you want to downgrade somebody, make the person to be just a housewife or an entity because she's a woman? I mean, when I look at people that oppose the real meaning of feminism, I just wonder. I want to address this one video because really she was one of those people that actually brings this kind of belief about feminism, because it's not what it is. Okay, if you're against feminism, do you believe that certain people should be allowed to have access to certain opportunity and rights and others shouldn't? Do you believe I shouldn't vote because I'm a woman? I know when I was growing up, my mom would say, cross your, oh, I want to do that. Oh no, women don't do this. Oh, women don't play. Oh, I'm like, the things that we are stopped from doing as a society, just because they say that we are women. And I'm like, why? What makes it impossible for a woman not to do that? Why is it that we are restricted, or we are stopped from doing certain things? The society treats us differently from men. They call us weaker sex. But actually, when it comes to who are the ones stronger, it's actually the women, because we're emotionally stronger than the men. But they don't attribute that to us. They call us weaker sex. They believe that we should not have the same right. We're African society. I believe, when the woman is talking, I used to remember when I was growing up, when I want to talk with my cousins, the men, they say, "Shut up! Women are not talking." And I'm like, All right, so I'm back now. So, I mean, I was talking to myself, I didn't even know I've lost transmission. Oh, sorry, guys. So, basically, that I question sometimes, why is it that people believe that, women should be treated differently? Hi, Blessing, how are you? All right, so when we talk about feminism, it is not about don't marry, don't cook, and don't respect a man, be arrogant, be rude, do whatever you want to do. No, it's not about it. It's about women having the same right as men. That's what it's all about. And I know people actually will say, oh, I know some people, I'm telling you, some people, they will say women should not have the same right as men. But the question is, why? Why? Why shouldn't a woman have the same right as a man? What makes us inferior? Okay, what makes us different from men? It's been proven by a lot of profession that women can do what a man can do. And this is what feminism is all about. It's about a woman being allowed to have economic rights, political rights, the right to be herself, to right to make decisions for herself, and not to be put in a cage because she's a woman. All right, I'm gonna, before I go back to what this woman said, yeah, I want to remind us that over the years, women have been fighting among themselves too about the definition of feminism. So you see someone who will come to this comment or this video and tell me that feminism is wrong, feminism is against God, feminism. But remember, it is not real if you define feminism from what is not. Feminism is not the definition that some people are giving it in Africa or in overseas. Feminism is not the right to, be rude or leave your marriage or, to no. It's a right for us to know that we are equal, that at workplaces we are equal, that when it comes to political, economic right, that I can be independent, I can own a job, I can own a company just like a man. I should come into the house and be respected and also be treated as a human being, not be treated as if I am inferior just because I am a woman. This is what true feminism is all about. We're not taking the place of the man. Well, really, when you say the place of a man, what do you mean? Marriage is supposed to be equal. Igbo adage you say onye nwere ego ya kwuo. So if you have the money, take care of the home. So why would we be fighting about who is economically empowered if in a home, this our current home now where we all live, some women are making more money than their husband. So until we understand that feminism is all about letting women have that empowerment, letting them have that decision, that right, that equality. We cannot be advocating for Black Lives Matters, for equality, talking about Karens and all these things that we've been talking about for the past 1 year now. But when it comes to feminists and feminism and their belief, we all Africans are no, a woman can. I'm like, what? You guys are not being real. You're not being real to yourself. If you're going to be an advocate for Black Lives Matters, if you're going to be an advocate for equality around the world, then what is wrong with understanding that a woman can be a breadwinner and a decision maker in a home if she has more money? It doesn't matter. As long as you guys are supposed to respect, it's not only a woman to respect, a man is supposed to respect the wife too. It's supposed to be reciprocal. Marriage is not one-sided. So, these Africans, they say, oh, men are breadwinners, they are decision makers. But you know what? Nowadays, most of them don't even, the women are the one taking care of the home. But that you are taking care of the home does not mean that you should disrespect your husband. That is not feminism. It is just that you are now the one more economically empowered. So you also treat the home. You guys are supposed to be living together. So feminism is people who don't understand what feminism is all about. Feminism is just about us being equal and understanding that it doesn't matter who is earning more, we are equal. It doesn't matter, whose job, because some men, they would tell their wife to stop work once they're earning more than them. And I'm wondering, what if anything happens to your own job? What happens to the home? Why do you want to dominate and be the one, the strong person, the one, that they will call you a man? If the woman is making more money, encourage her, support her, make her understand that it's about the home, it's about the family. It doesn't matter who is making more. That is what feminism is all about. You see, in the past, men used to kind of like, impose their will, tell the wife what they want them to do, during my mom's time. I mean, it's kind of like the man has the house, if you talk, they will beat you up, or they will call you for family meeting, or they will kind of like send you packing to your parents' house. That was how it was. But nowadays, women are not, it is no more like that. And until men understand that women are saying, no, it's our home. Do you understand? It's our home. Treat me with more respect. And if you want me to divorce you, I'm not going to pack to my parents' house because I am economically able to get a flat somewhere in Banana Island. So you cannot be wanting to disgrace a woman, kind of like this, how would I call it now? Make her to become a non-entity just because she's your wife. That's why some men don't want their wife to work. So when they want to divorce them or send them packing, they are incapable of leaving their home because they are not economically stable. And this is why people don't like women being economically stable, because they can make their own decision. They can walk out when you're giving them bullshit. I'm telling you, that's why some men, they will insult you. They will, even sleep with your house help, and you still stay there because you cannot go because they are the breadwinner. But if you have your money, you can say, to hell with that. I'm just going to go. I can't take this anymore. But if you want to take it, you take it but it's on your own term. You are not there because you don't have a choice. You are there because I want to stay and I love this man. But the worst thing is for you to be in a marriage. You hate this man. You don't love this man. You kind of like when you see him, you feel like killing him. But you cannot go because you cannot leave. You don't have any money. You're not economically able to. And that's what we're saying. Everybody should have a right. Everybody should be economically stable, whether you're a man or a woman. You should make your own decision. You see, one of the things that feminists talk about is the marriage aspect, which is what the woman was talking about. Now, no feminist will tell you not to marry. Of course, nobody will say don't marry. But what feminists are saying, it is my choice whether I want to marry or not. It's not because the society expects me to marry. It's not because even when I was a baby, they give me the doll to play with dolls. Yeah, they buy the women the house, the playhouse, and everything. While the men are being given football to go and play football or cars, they train us. They kind of like programmed our brain that we are destined to be a wife, to be in the house cooking. Check out what the kind of joys that you give to your daughters. Is a play doll, is a house doll, or a kitchen with that's because you're programming them that are going to be a housewife, a wife. It's okay. But what the feminists are saying is, why shouldn't I play football? Why can't I play with a car? Why can't I make the construction? Why can't a man do the cooking stuff? Why is it that in Igbo culture, I'm going to say, once you get to 16 years old, when you go for any occasion, they will start telling your parents, hey, that means the wine is ripe. And that thing used to annoy me, and I used to be so angry because I am not a property. I am not a material that somebody is coming to buy or to pluck. But they say it without knowing that is offensive. Or when you say, I'm not ready to marry at 18, they'll say, forbidden. I used to be one person that was very, very career oriented. I wanted to work. I wanted to go to the city. I wanted to make my name. I wanted to work. And I used to have little kind of squabbles with my younger ones and even my other ones because they didn't get me. When I was growing up, when you talk about marriage, I'm not interested. I wanted to go to the big city. I wanted to travel. That was me. But they used to say my lifestyle, I'm so westernized. They used to get me upset because I was defined to be something abstract, something alien. But that is me. And feminists are saying, why do you want to control somebody the way they want to live their life? If a woman say, I don't want to marry, let her be. She doesn't want to marry yet. As long as she's happy, as long as she's okay, as long as that's her decision, let it be. And you know why I don't know if this video the woman made, if it's real or not. Why I'm kind of like surprised that she said she's a feminist is that if you are a true feminist, you've made up your mind, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do it, and you're happy with it. It's not that because you got married, you're not a feminist. Feminists marry. There's nothing wrong with being married. But you want to marry and you want to go into that marriage with something. You're economically well-to-do. You know what to do to organize. I even wonder, why is that men don't want to marry women who are empowered, who are independent? It's the best home you can ever get. When a woman can take care of the home when you are not there. If my husband is not at home, my home runs. If he leaves the country for 2 months, my home will still run. Because I know what to do. I'm economically able to take care of myself and my son and the home. Why would a man want that? So I'm not saying I'm a feminist. I'm just saying, okay, why is it that, there's this kind of, you have to find the right man, you have to marry, your biological clock is ticking. Biological clock at this time and this age, if you make your money, IVF, adoption, surrogates, there's so many options out there. Why is it that we try to cage the girl child into a particular stereotyped way of life, that is what the society expects her to be? And so, after talking all this, or after saying all this, a woman is made to be in the market. Yeah, she's in the market. The market is marriage. And then it comes the aspect of you must be a virgin, or you have to be a virgin, or, feminists are saying, no, I don't have to. If a man is out there having fun and there's no expectation that he's going to be a virgin, why do you hold on to me for me to be that? Let it go. Feminists are saying, why do you have a different criteria for the men and another one for the woman? So it's okay for you to sleep around, Keziah, your own. But when it comes to a woman, we criticize because we don't want equality. Am I saying we should be promiscuous? No, for both sex. A man should be promiscuous, a woman shouldn't. If you want a woman to keep herself, you keep yourself too. What gave you the right to expect a woman to keep herself, but you don't? What gives a man the right to think that a woman should be a virgin, but he shouldn't? And that is what feminists are questioning. That ideology, that a man has that power. So anyway, this is an educational video, and I'm going to allow people to talk later if anybody comes in. I mean, there's a lot of things about feminism, about divorce. The fact that the point is that as a feminist, if ever that marriage doesn't work, you are economically able to let go and move on. But if you're a woman that's been put in such a situation whereby you depend on a man, you'll be in that marriage, or he'll be beating you or killing you, just like there's this one this video that I was looking at yesterday. Guys, I'm going to show you a comment later. I'm just trying to analyze this, and then I'll go back to this lady's video to address what she said. I was looking at this Bolanle. Is it Bolanle? What's her name again? Yeah, this Bolanle woman that got married to this director. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's been on the news, and well, she happens to be she happens to be having an issue with her husband, and the guy beat her up. Right, this beating was too much. She's a second wife, so she kukuma took the man's wife from the man from the wife, and the man just beat her up. If you see the video that this man posted, telling her he's going to destroy her life, take her car, take her house, take everything that he gave to her. He's going to send her back to her dad and her mom, her poor wretched. I'm like, seriously? How can you be talking about your wife, your second wife, the woman that you married like this? You're going to make her to be nothing. I'm like, because she doesn't have anything. She's a video Vicen outlet from what I heard, and she met this guy who happens to be a producer, and they got married, and he bought her a car, bought her a house, and now he has taken it. If she was economically able and stable, will he do that? So let me look at what people are saying or comment people have posted before I go back to that video and I address it. All right, so Blessing is saying, exactly, they always blame women in all we do now. Yeah, that's basically it. That's the norm. Everything, women are our problem. Domestic violence is really bad. God, please save us all. Yeah, but the point is that it's worse when a man knows that you don't have a choice. He will beat you up. He will do everything. You are going to stay. So he knows you don't have a choice. You're not economically well-to-do. It's worse. He knows that he has caged you. He's the one that bought the car. He's feeding you everything. You don't have a choice. But when he knows you have a choice, you have a family that can support you, he knows you can walk away. It's much more better when you have an option. And that's what feminists are saying. I need to have that option. I need to know that I'm economically able to walk out if I don't feel I'm safe. Why should a man tell me not to walk just because I'm bearing misses? And why must you marry if you don't want to? Some people in this part of the world, they don't even want to have children. They don't want to marry. They are okay, they are happy. Even at, Nigerians always say at old age, and who will take care of you? So society is just because of the society that we live in. It's because our government, they're not doing the right thing. The society over here, when you work, you save your pension. And then at old age, your pension takes care of you and the government takes care of you. And then when you get that old, you have these groups that you join, and you even have the NHS taking care of you. People will come and talk to you. You have your TV, you have your social club. So at the end of the day, you're okay. Don't get me wrong. Some people that even have children, they have not even seen their children. I know some people, they are old. Their children are all living in America, Australia. You don't even see them. So it's just because of the society that we live in Africa, where people give birth because they want people that will take care of them at old age. They don't want to take care of themselves. They want people that will take care of them at old age. So marriage becomes automatically for you to raise children, for you to have children that will take care of you at old age. And people marry because they're thinking they are loneliness. But when you have an active life, a social life, things that have been put in place, church activities, motherless babies home to visit, things to do, why should you be lonely? Because even at old age, is your children not going to leave? Are they not going to leave you? So I think it's a society that's why this kind of a thing happened, and people talk about this. Let me go back to this woman's video and address it before I go. I didn't want this to be a long show, but apparently it has become. Let me go back to her video and answer her, because I think I need to address what she said, so that it won't be like, I just glossed over it. So let's listen to her again.
I'm so sad right now because I just came to a realization. These past few days have been so hard for me, because how men say that women have toxic feminism, and you'll get to a certain age and no one will want to marry you and no.
All right, listen, I don't think that you get to a certain age that no one wants to marry you. I actually think it's what you portray for yourself. That's what happens. I've seen people at 50, at 60, they're getting married. Why don't you get busy with your life? Why don't you just try and be busy? Do something. No, you cannot. Look, if you're not attractive, if you're not attracting things to yourself, you cannot attract a man. If what your life is, if your focus is marriage, you will not get that marriage. Be busy with your life. Get your work out there. Do something with your life. Make money. Do something. Offer yourself to the society. Join a club. Join a society like Rotary. Offer service to the world. You cannot just fold your arms and all you do is you want to marry. I want to marry. I come out of university. You're not doing anything. You are home. You are waiting to marry. Of course, marriage will elude you because your focus is not on the right thing. Your focus should be, what can I do to make myself better? How can I make myself better? Offer yourself to the church. Be of service. Be in charge of the youths. Someone will see you. Don't be at home. Try to go to weddings. Yeah, you're a feminist. If you're a feminist, what were you not making money? Of course, wealth attracts. Of course, if you're making money, then you'll be having these, galas and going out and meeting friends. You cannot be empty feminist. You don't have money. And then you're a feminist. And what will attract men to you? What caliber of men will attract to you? Feminists for mouth. You're not a complete feminist if you're not actually looking like a feminist, acting like a feminist, and making money like a feminist. So what you have is just a rude, arrogant person who feels that I don't want to marry because I don't want to be under a man. That's not feminist. Feminists think about, I want to marry and I want to bring something into that home and make that home to be beautiful. I want to contribute my own quota. That is what feminist is all about. So I don't get where she got her definition of a feminist and why she's this desperate. What have she been doing all of her life with herself? Let's continue listening to her.
I want to love you. Like, I feel like I've gotten to that point, guys. Like, I was so hung on to this feminism thing, and I missed out on marriage and on children. And now, like, I'm at a point in my life where, like, I'm so bitter. I'm so jealous of people who have marriages.
You see, let me tell you, when bitterness can consume you, bitterness can kill you, bitterness can take over everything. Why should you be jealous of other people? Why should you say you don't nobody to love you? Love yourself. Small. I hope this woman is just, because I heard that it might be a satire, it might not. It might just be a comedy that is not real, because her ideology and her mentality is even wrong. She's still not going to get married with her ideology and her mentality. If you don't love yourself, no one will love you. If you're jealous of other people, that thing that you're jealous of will always elude you. So she needs to, first of all, change her attitude and her thinking. Feminist is not her problem. Her problem is her attitude and her ideology of life. Her problem is not feminist. I've seen a lot of people, criticizing her, talking about feminism. This woman has a problem. It's not feminism. She has a different ideology of what feminism is all about, and her attitude sinks. Let's continue.
Because they're so happy, and the husbands don't even cheat on them. And like, men are just the best. Like right now is when I'm realizing, like, I can't do without them.
All right, let me tell you something. You cannot do without a human being. Madam, focus on God. The only person that you cannot do without is God. Husband, though, can disappoint you. Let me tell you, even if you marry tomorrow, husband can disappoint you. The only person you cannot do without is your creator. So, like I said, she really has a problem. If she marries, she will also have a problem because she's so desperate to enter. Her ideology of marriage, or what marriage is all about, she doesn't have anything to bring in apart from desperation. If I'm even men, I run away from this woman. I won't even go near her at all.
And right now I'm like, I don't care, like, if you are rich or poor, tall, dark, handsome, ugly, I don't care, by the way. As long as you're a man,
As long as you have
and you're
dick
breathing,
and you are
like,
breathing.
that's the only qualification I need, because I'm just so
Oh
desperate for a
my
husband.
God.
Like, there's a lot of
Hi,
pressure
everybody.
around me.
It's a
So
long time I've seen you on my
if you can
video.
deal and propose, I swear I'll behave.
She said, as long as you're a man and you have dick, just propose, whether you are whatever, she doesn't care. This girl is so desperate that she's not, she's just, let me see what everybody have to say. She's too funny. I don't know whether this is funny or if she's serious. That's the worst part of this story. You know why I wanted to address this video was because someone out there, a young girl out there will watch this video and actually think that what she's saying is the right thing and become as desperate as she's sounding. And I needed to address it. Marriage, that you are married, whether you are feminist or non-feminist or with pastor or with deacon, it does not guarantee that your husband will not look outside. Let me tell you, it is just prayer. It is just prayer. Whether you like it to carry the man prick, put am for bottle. If that man wants to look, he will look. So it's even better for you to tell yourself, you know what? I have the money, I have my vest money. If this man look and insults me, I can either stay or I can walk out. Now for you to say, I don't want to be a feminist, I just want to marry anybody as long as he's a man. Any man. Hey, Jehovah, what can I not see on social media, please? Any man, anything. What did she say? She's like her own desperate. She's a desperado. Her own not be desperate. She's a desperado. She wants any man, anything, as long as you have prick, whether now 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, or 4 inch, even if now 0 inch, she wants to marry. I want marry. I want marry. Oh, I want marry. Let her finish her talk.
And I'll marry you immediately. I'll wash your clothes, I'll cook for you, I'll have your children, and I'll be obedient. And thus I'll miss you. Why? Because that is what you guys want. I'm no longer a feminist, guys.
Everybody, you're saying you feel for her. Okay, so Nigerian men, I don't hear them. Now, our Uganda sister says she will watch for you, she will cook for you, she will do anything you want. If she want the back, the head, anyone she will do. Please, everybody, don't feel for her. Such girl run away. She's even worse than the feminist now. She's even worse than the feminist because she's now on the category of the desperado. So any man that sees this girl, please run away from her. What did she say? And it's not good for her health. And she needs to change her thinking and love. That's what I said. She needs to love herself. To be frank with you, yeah, until you start loving yourself, you will not find a husband. I'll take myself, for example. Until I start telling myself, you know what, I don't really care. I'm going to have my fun, party, do. That's when I met my husband. When you are so desperate, I want to marry. You gave yourself a deadline. You gave yourself a deadline. It's not God that gives you the deadline. You gave yourself a deadline. Calm down. Have fun. Look fine. Go out there. Make friends. Go for the latest dress. Look fine. You will attract that thing that you want. You don't just sound this. She's not even looking like what a typical hot Nigerian guy would want to come and date now. And she's sounding desperate. Now to run, then go run from you. Okay, because you don't have anything on the plate. Because she's no more a baby. That's what I'm saying. It's not everybody. And I've said it so many times in my lifetime that people think maybe is it because I'm married? No. Even before I met my husband, I've always said it. If you know me, you know. I keep telling people, it's not everybody that is destined to marry. I say it. It's not everybody. It is something that we all wish to. We all want to meet that person that we love and we want to settle down with. But it's not everybody that is destined to marry at a young age. Some people will marry at a late age. Some will marry at a very young. I have a sister. She got married at 16 or 15. We have people who got married at 30. Some of my friends are still not married. We are clocking 45. They are not married. But the worst thing that happened to you is for you to be old, not married, not doing anything, economically able, and living with your parents, and they'll be insulting you on top of it. And then you have your village people every day saying, Igbo people, they will say, nkwa in the church since how many years? And you know how village they can insult people. They know how to insult people. Yeah? So it is what it is. You need to love yourself first. Like Blessing just said, love yourself first. Make sure that you love yourself. Make yourself be presentable for marriage. There is a way to be ready for marriage. All right? All right. So she is in her 40s. So what is wrong with being in your 40s? In this time and age, you can still have baby now. IVF day, surrogate day, a lot of things day, adoption day. So what is being in your 40s? And that's why feminists are talking about the fact that you guys push us. We are in your 40. Your egg is finishing. Your egg is about to dry. Your this. And we're saying marriage shouldn't be about having a child. It should be about, I love this person I want to marry. It's not about born. Some people have born, and on their way from Lagos to Aba, family died. Everybody, or the children died. Everybody dead. So it should not be about that. That shouldn't be your focus. The egg is finishing. She's 40. No. It should be about, I met somebody, I love this person, I have something to offer this person, and we're getting married. That's my take on this video. I don't know what you guys think. Drop your comments. If you guys think that there is more to feminists, I don't think so. Feminist is about women asking for the same right that the men have. The point is that it's not okay for African men to still be thinking in this year and age that they are superior, better than a woman. No. Until you start treating your wife, the girls around you, as being human and equal, and they have something to offer, you will never understand the blessing of having a woman around you. If a man in marriage is not treating his wife right, the blessing of a wife will never come. You'll be frustrated forever. Everything that you touch, it will block. You don't know why. Because you have forgotten that God has given you a partner, a helpmate for you. And you are treating that person as if you are the Lord and the Master. You know, the worst part of it is nowadays, they're not even bringing out the whole money. They expect you to pay some parts, maybe child school fees, or even some part of the house rent, or even some part of the food. And they're still saying, I am the head, I'm the breadwinner. If you want to be breadwinner, carry everything. So feminists are saying, treat us equal, treat us as if we are human. Equality and diversity is what the world is talking about. Black life matters. Women's life also matters. We should be treated as equal. That's what it's all about. What do you guys think? Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Take care. Now, I'm on holiday for the next 6 weeks, so I'm going to be doing my video every second, every minute. Once there is any news, I'm on. So wherever you meet me, you meet me. Now, Blessing, I know you've been here, but you don't need my airtime. So I'm going to give the airtime to Blessing. Everybody, you have been with me for some time now. I don't think you ever need my airtime. So I'm going to give the airtime to Blessing. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye. Oh, Blessing say, what the Blessing say? Good night, ma. Regards to the BEM. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Thank you so much, Blessing, for joining me. Bye-bye.